sets.
Woo! Yeah.
Bunkers and Badasses podcast. We're going to jump right into it. Going to start with Ashley. Just going to run down what your character is, their archetype, and their class, and hook us up with that badass fact.
Okay. So I'm Ashley. I play Dove. I am a hunter. Why do I always mess this up? We're going to go with I'm a hunter. I have a companion named Duck Norris. However, for our badass fact, I'm a hunter elementalist. There we go. For our badass fact, we're going to talk about Duck Norris today. And his name changes based on the time of year. So keep an eye out for our next one, because he's going to go by something else in our next podcast.
Sick. That's fun. Okay. It's fun. Up next, we have Brian.
Hey, I'm Brian. I play Bruno Albero, who is an elementalist siren. And for a badass fact, I am definitely struggling to come up with one. Let's just say that his favorite color is blue, just like he is.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Was it just you see it all the time and you're like, this is my favorite? Or was it just inspired
This
of being
is ideal.
Blue? Yeah.
Actually, just like a big Eiffel 56 fan, or 65. I can't remember the number.
It's
56 is the sequel.
Yeah. Yes,
I thought it was 69. All right. Awesome.
That was not trash fire in the slightest.
Can you imagine waking up one day and being like, you know what? My favorite color is skin. Just whatever color skin is, that's what I'm about. I love that.
Haunting. Speaking. No, just regular. Speaking was Davey. Davey, you're next.
Hey there, I'm Davey. I play Hermes Flay Gillock, and he's a guardian necromancer. Today's badass fact is the recipe that made him famous was baby rack ribs.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
Rack, R-A-K-K. So.
Okay, so is it just like, is it a play on baby back ribs, or are these small racks?
Oh no, these are straight up racks. Like you're cooking.
Big racks or baby racks?
Whatever you can find, but generally the smaller, the more tender they are, because they haven't gotten to fly a whole lot. So you go for the small ones.
Learning. We're all learning. All
This
right.
is biomaterial science, baby.
And we have Julia.
I'm Julia. I play Penumbra. Penumbra is an enforcer gunzerker. And Penumbra, believe it or not, is actually a masseuse. And he may have, at least at one point, kind of killed someone by massage. We won't go into the details, but it's happened once or twice.
I'm
You
pretty
snapped
sure we
in that,
saw that
didn't
in a
you?
previous episode. She massaged Mr. Bony Pants into the next world.
I think that was a continuation of a badass fact, because I think you said that Penumbra
Yeah, you're building up.
is a masseuse, and then now there's been murder, masseuse-based murder.
Yeah.
Moo murder.
That's only murders in these massage parlors.
All right, and I am Jay. I play the Nomad. The Nomad is a berserker enforcer, and my badass fact is he fully believes in ghosts, 100%.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
Has he created ghosts through murder? Is the implication?
Oh.
Maybe. Never stuck around long enough to find out.
Question, do our characters learn about these things as they're coming out? Like, as badass facts come out? Is Hermes prey to this information, or is it just us as the players?
I think this is just us as the players.
Okay, cool.
Oh, no, I assumed our characters learned everything about this. I mean,
feel
we're
like-
walking from place to place, hanging out, having a little bit of downtime.
I
learn
agree.
something.
I think that would be cool if we kind of, learn things about each other, because then we could fuck with each other.
And I'm completely leaving this up to our illustrious bunker master, Ian.
It's all canon. Everything's canon that you want. Nothing is canon that you don't want. That is my job. I am the bunker master. And my badass fact is more of a badass recommendation. So if you are in need of more Bunkers and Badasses shenanigans, you should check out the Friend and Foe Adventure Co. podcast, which I have been on as a vault hunter named Drake Wilson. So if you're down for more B&B, Friend and Foe Adventure Co. is the place to get it.
Hell yeah. I love the name, by the way.
Yes, it's very good.
Great name. Perfect name.
I'm definitely going to go check it out.
But last we left off, you had just completed the test that Mr. Torg had put before you, which was to blow up a blimp with fire weapons for reasons. And as you enter the forest of being eaten alive by trees, where you now find yourself, you entered, you saw the blimp coming crashing down in the distance, just aflame and flying lower and lower. And you also have seen that this forest is inhabited by some less than stationary tree people. So let's get into it.
How immediate are the trees? The angry-looking trees that might eat us. Are they like right at the edge of the forest, like grinning and waiting, or can we really not tell?
So as you say that, as you continue walking and you start to see, like I said, the life on coming back into the trees, because that gate with the electricity was kind of keeping them at bay. You walk further into the forest, into the trees on the path, and you are now on a path with the foresty area on either side. And immediately is when you see these trees. Second you get inside the forest, you can tell something's wrong. The tree twists and turns at the sound of passing footsteps. One tree clutches a human leg in its branch, as if to eat it, although it has no mouth.
Guys, there is something wrong here.
All it can do is grind the bloody leg meat against its bark, which is just nasty and doesn't even get the job done. Maybe that's why these trees are so pissed off. So you see before you your first, this hulking, massive treant that is the one that has been gnawing at that leg, and is just holding it, and it's just grinding it against its bark. The middle section of the tree is just almost entirely red, because that's the color from the blood that it just keeps grinding away at itself. Not doing the job at all. And then sees you and kind of flings the leg your direction and just screams in its most, however a tree can scream.
Oh,
Very slowly, I'd imagine.
You also see, peeking out of the smaller foliage, two stumpier treants, not necessarily fully grown. One looks more interesting than the other, but one is definitely delighted to see you and has sort of a tree-esque grin on its face. These are treants, and they are very pissed at you for entering their world.
Yeah, so these things are probably going to kill us, but that one looks really happy to see us. I don't even know why.
It appears we stumbled across an Entmoot.
You know, I was going to say, hey, why don't we go check out that big fireball we just created? But we should probably put a pin in that. We'll come back to that maybe at a different time when we're less likely to be eaten by trees. I didn't expect to be saying that today.
Please don't jinx us. At least knock on wood.
Well, you expected to
Okay.
enter the forest of being eaten alive by trees and not get eaten alive by trees?
So I move over by the delighted Stumpy, and I try to knock on it.
Roll for initiative?
I mean, after this movement, yeah, that's gonna be what's gonna happen. But let's see how this goes.
All right.
Il Nomadi. Try feeding it the leg the other one threw out.
What is this, a
Wait.
petting zoo?
Do I have a leg?
The
Is
other
it
one
like-
chucked out her leg.
Look around that big tree. Should be around in there somewhere.
The big one?
No, not that big one.
Oh.
So as you're
other
standing in this
tree.
path, you see on the left, to the left and right of you, is all just foliage and forest. There is sort of a downed log that is definitely inanimate, not a tree at all, just a log sitting
I've heard
towards
that before.
in sort of crossing out into the middle of the path. The pathway is mostly clear. There's some small shrubs and some overhangs of trees above you as taller trees kind of give cover, but on the left, to the left and right of you is all just forest, and the path leads directly to the whatever direction this is, east or something, probably, or north,
few
probably. I don't know.
I'm a few steps away, and I'm like, so we always have the, opportunity to just try to run as fast as we can.
Try it.
Throwing it out.
So, Nomad, what
Or
are you
actually-
doing exactly?
Well, I was gonna go knock on this thing because someone told me to.
Sure.
But,
Okay.
I'm giving them the opportunity to just try to run through as fast as we can, just to see what happens. I'm
Well-
already out here moving around, making bad decisions.
If you're just standing there, then we're gonna have to roll initiative because that Stumpy is just gonna try and take a bite out of you.
Well, he looked delighted.
He
Okay,
was delighted to eat.
that's fair. That's fair. No, I agree.
Oh, the second course is here. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
So why doesn't everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me?
All right. rolled an 18.
I rolled an 11.
Dove rolled an 18.
I rolled a 12.
Penumbra rolled a 16.
Davey, you didn't actually roll initiative. You just rolled a d20.
Oh, Jesus Christ. On a motorbike.
I was like, "You're not in this initiative tracker. What happened?"
I'm
I look over,
really
it's
dumb.
D20.
That's what
Rolled
happened.
for damage.
Oh my god. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, cool. We got a
Well,
20.
fuck. All right. Well, that'll do it. So this badass, raging, muscular treant that you see before you and its cohorts have rolled an 18 for their initiative, which means that Hermes, Dove, and Bruno will all get to go before, but Penumbra and Nomad will have to go after. So Nomad,
Hey,
you
partner.
ran up, and bad things are about to happen to you.
I love when the Nomad makes decisions. That's great.
Yeah, no, let them go first. We can kind of see where they're gonna where everything's gonna fall. We get to make the last decision.
See where you're gonna fall.
Honestly, the best part about it is the fact that we've got a big old meat shield up front. So I'm going to go ahead and Hermes is going to grab the decent flambe and he's going to shoot at the big one.
Okay. So what is the range on that one?
The range is an SMG, so it says 5.
I would like to invite you to possibly move a bit closer.
Oh, I don't want to do that. All right, fine. We'll move in about that far.
Who's the meat shield now?
Oh, I got such a bad feeling about this. Okay. Does that roll still count, or you want to reroll?
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me what you rolled.
So I got a 15, which results in 4 hits.
All right. See what the damage is.
And then roll damage. So that'll do. I rolled a 5 fire damage.
Yeah. I mean, something. That seems
Okay.
bad. But all right. Okay.
With the rest of my movement, I'm gonna retreat 2 spaces because fuck that noise. Pass the turn.
So as you fire upon it with your decent flambe, is that the weapon that you have?
Yes, sir.
Yes, your decent flambe. You fire upon it. It doesn't seem like the bullets necessarily do a ton of damage. Like it doesn't seem like it did much, but the fire seems to have caught in a couple of places since it's doing incendiary damage. And it looks like that was a little bit more effective.
Okay. Well, fire's the best we could do. I'm retreating. Fuck this noise. And pass the turn.
All right, next up will be Dove.
Okay. So, real quick, just in case I'm using this incorrectly, but I want to check. So, I do have a trait for forest sneak checks.
Okay.
Now, if I use that though, and I sneak, right? Am I able to possibly hide myself even when I attempt to attack, to avoid him seeing me and coming after me in a little bit?
So
Does
what
that
I will
make sense?
say is if their attention is elsewhere and you get to sneak around, and then when you attack, their attention will be on you, but I will allow you to kind of roll another sneak check to see if you can fade back into the background after you're done attacking.
Okay. So Duck Norris and I are going to move 4. We're going to move up here behind this log. But because you said this wasn't a full tree, correct? It's
Right. It's like a
kind of like a downed log.
Yeah, down tree.
Okay, so we're going to move up here, and we're going to aim at this big mofo up here. I forget his name, sorry.
The badass raging muscular treant.
Yes.
It's a long
And
name.
we're going to use our burning boar, which can do up to 1d10 incendiary damage.
Seems good.
So we hit.
Yep. 16
then
plus
roll
1,
damage.
17.
Okay, let's try that again.
There it is.
Hi there.
So 9 damage.
Well, plus the 1, because you
Okay,
also rolled a
10.
crit.
That's true.
So yeah, 5 regular damage plus 5 damage because of your crit. So that's a whole 10 damage. As you fire, it goes sort of through its branches, which sort of start to light up a bit, and then it hits the actual wood itself and bores itself in a little bit further, and you can see that it's starting to singe, like it's like a ring of burnt around where the bullet went in.
Great.
And now he's definitely looking for the source of that damage. So now if you would like to roll your sneak check to determine if you fade away.
That was a really prophetic way to say that.
I was thinking more along the lines of like basketball fadeaway shot.
We rolled an 8.
And that is, you didn't add your 5 to that, right?
Oh, no, I didn't. No, so it's a 13.
So 13? Okay, because you're surrounded by nature, which is your jam. You are successfully hidden for this turn. Cannot see where that came from currently.
Woo woo. Okay, cool. There's not much else that we can do or that Duck is going to do to hurt him, so we're just going to hang out for now.
Okay, so next up is Bruno.
All right. So Bruno is going to move down 1 space and over 4. And because Bruno really wants to let Nomadi be able to knock on wood, he's going to phase lock the delighted Stumpy.
Okay, so you move over next to Hermes to provide some additional cover, some additional support, and then you're going to phase lock the Stumpy that is standing in front of the Nomad, or I guess where the Nomad moved over to and then stood there currently.
Exactly.
Well, I have my metal hand out. It's out and ready to go. But I was like, do y'all want to do anything else, or is this just the first dumb idea we had? And
so I run out. It's like, wait. Let me get this for you, my friend.
like opening a door for someone when their hands are full.
Exactly.
So the delighted Stumpy is sucked up into a ball, and yours is purple, right? Is that the color of your effects?
I think we decided that it'll be purple here.
So it sucks up into a purple ball, and you can just see it. It's like floating around, like in like a little circle, it's like in its own zero gravity chamber. And somehow you have made it even more delighted than it was before. It is having the time of its life. It's like a hamster in a ball.
Or maybe a speed bag in case of the Nomad here.
Okay, would you like to do anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Hilarious.
All right. So unfortunately, it is now the Treant's turn. Starting with the badass, raging, muscular Treant. We're just like... and screams because it's been shot multiple times and parts of its leaves are starting to get singed. And it is very, very pissed. It is going to... Oh boy, it gets a lot of movement. So that's 1.
I don't like that sound.
2...
Hit, just like my
3. It's gonna move 3 because it's big.
Oh no.
It's gonna move 3 spaces directly in front of both Bruno and Hermes.
Oh, Lord.
And as it approaches, it is going to do what is known as a ground slam,
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
which means it is going to slam the ground with its trunks, dealing 2d12 damage to all adjacent targets.
Oh shit.
Actually, I lied. I take that back. Hold on a second. Because this is a badass Treant, it is actually going to do its badass action, which is ground slam times 2.
God.
Oh,
Why
shit.
out of the gate? All right.
It is going-
Wait. Treant, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. You don't want us.
I don't know what that means. When he slams
Coward.
So it is just going to make just a normal attack on both of you. I mean, it's just going to be normal damage, really. Unfortunately, as you can see next to the word badass is the word raging, which in terms, every badass creature in Bunkers and Badasses gets a trait assigned to it that is rolled randomly. And this one got the trait of raging, which means that it deals double damage.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
Hermes
Jesus.
and Bruno slams the ground with his trunk twice. Once with the left, once with the right. on both sides of you, directly, like basically just right over top of you. It's like live action whack-a-mole at this point. You are the mole, and you popped your head up at the wrong time. You both take 23 damage.
Shit. That's
God.
okay. Oof. All right.
But hey, that delighted Stumpy's having a hell of a time.
That halved my shield.
How much is your shield?
35.
Oh.
So seeing that, the interesting Stumpy is going to move its amount of space. It's going to go 3 up to here. It is a little bit farther behind the badass raging muscular treant. Can't quite make it, you know, has the stumpy little legs, but it will take an action to release some blue orbs. You start seeing glowing orbs coming from like where you think a tree's shoulders would be.
Oh god.
And inside of foliage, 3 orbs come out, and they cannot necessarily get to anyone currently, but they are headed at what seems to be headed towards the Nomad. There's these 3 blue orbs that are heading directly to the Nomad, and unless the Nomad moves, they're going to hit them in the next turn. The delighted Stumpy is just laugh like you've never heard a tree laugh, but it's kind of a grating sound. Like it's like ah! You know, it's like you have like wood scraped on something, like nails on a chalkboard kind of, but like replace chalkboard with wood. Mm-hmm. You know, nails on wood is the sound that you hear.
Funk.
Yeah, was it a softwood? Carry on.
No.
Balsa?
Yeah, was it like balsa?
But that is it for them. So now we move on to Penumbra.
Yeah, so I was gonna come over here by the Nomad, but now there are orbs coming for you, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, it's a bad idea over here.
I'm gonna come over anyway. But I'm going to use my flint and steel, and I'm going to shoot at the badass treant.
Okay. So you move up directly next to the Nomad, and you're firing at the badass treant that is just Shrek'd Bruno and Hermes.
Yes.
Did
Okay.
you say Shrek?
Yeah.
What are you doing in my swamp?
All right, I regret it now.
Well, I got 2 hits.
Fuck, yeah, I guess it didn't matter. All right.
So I got 14 damage, and 11 of it is fire.
Yeah, so technically all of the damage is incendiary damage. The way that this foundry kind of breaks down the numbers is into like regular damage, then your bonuses, and then crit damage. But technically all of the damage dealt by this weapon, because it's an elemental weapon, is going to be of that element. So you did 14 incendiary damage total.
Okay.
Math. Sure. Let's just say it did damage. As you see, you just firing directly up the side of it, and each hit is just sort of like sparking more flames across the side of this badass raging muscular treant and burning more. So it's looking directly at you now, because that was the most damage is taken in one shot currently.
Huh.
But really, with all the damage you guys have done so far, you're kind of noticing that it is a very small dent that you've put in this thing, if you had to guess. Would you like to do anything else?
No.
All right, so last we have the Nomad, who just stood there for an entire round, just waiting.
Ready. Yep, ready to knock. Now, what I'm thinking is
Ready to knock.
like a ding dong ditch situation. Now, what happens if I put my hands through this little purple doodad? I know I've done it before, but let's speak for the audience.
I'm gonna let Bruno take this one. Bruno, what happens if he puts his hand inside of the bubble?
It's not a real hand. It's metal.
It should not affect you, my friend. The energy is concentrated on my target, so you are not my target, thus you should be fine and not affected. It's like if you were to shoot at it. The bullets are not affected.
That's an excellent comparison.
Yeah, it's a great comparison. I didn't expect that to be. Yeah, that's awesome.
At your service.
You know, I think I'm gonna start off light. I think I'm gonna. Now I'm really thinking. I want to kind of break some stuff up. I want to piss some people off.
Well, we've pissed off a very large tree, apparently.
I'm gonna move up. I don't know what direction these things were going, but I want to kind of avoid it.
Oh, you're going close. You're
No.
going closer.
See, I'm off by one.
Well, so the things have moved. So I will. I can just say where you were. The orbs were in this square, and they are tracking you.
Oh, so they're gonna come after me. So even if I move, they're gonna like turn. Okay.
Yes, yeah, they are locked on.
Okay, so that changes things.
You have to do a barrel roll.
I have another option. Can I meat shield this fella right here? He's completely trapped. There's not much you can do. I can put my hands in there, apparently.
You're asking to take the delighted Stumpy and move it in the path of the orbs.
Yeah, just kind of shift it right over.
I'll allow it. That's going to be an interact check, but I will allow it.
See, hold on. Now I'm thinking. Because I'm like, how can I do this effectively? It's going to follow in a straight line directly to me. Unless I move.
I mean, these are orbs of energy. You don't know how they work.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'm going to move over here
I do
into
not
the...
know either. I'm just making this stuff up as I go.
I'm going to move over here into kind of the tree line area.
As you get further in, there's, if you wanted to like run across where you are now down further along that line, I would have you make traverse checks because you're basically running through forest at that point.
Well, I just assume it's like kind of going in an angle like this now because it's going to be following me.
So yeah, it looked like
I'm
it made a
hoping.
beeline for you. So it made it like 2 squares from where you were originally, and if it continues on that path, you think it will hit the delighted Stumpy in front of you.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for. And I'm going to let that play out however the hell it plays out. And then I have this flying embers that I haven't ever used before. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give that a go. I'm like, fire seems to be working. I saw the hawk lady shoot the hell out of that thing with some fire. So, fair. Oh. It was a 10 altogether, even with the -3. So that's 3 hits. Rolling some damage. Looks like it was 8 fire damage.
To the badass raging muscular treant, I take it?
No, to this nice delighted Stumpy fellow in front of me.
Okay. 8 incendiary damage to the delighted Stumpy inside of this rotating ball. And for the very first time, it looks like it is not having a good time because you have introduced fire to this situation. And so inside of that orb, there is the delighted Stumpy, and also there's some flames coming from where like the leaves are burning away, and it's sort of swirling around in the ball with it, and it's starting to look a little bit panicked. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, I'd be bummed too.
Would you like to do anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think I'd start telling a story about how Bruno put me in this thing one time. Yeah, this one time. Oh, we were so wasted. And then it just goes into the next person's turn.
Right. So a little bit to the south of you, you hear the nomad just starting to ramble on about a story, Hermes, but you have bigger problems at the moment.
Yeah, no kidding. So that knocked my hat lopsided, so I'm going to fix my hat and take a deep breath. And I'm going to do like a Thundercats move, and I'm going to summon Kit, because that kicked my ass.
All right, so where would you like to summon Kit to?
Can I land Kit on top of him? Like, how does Kit spawn exactly?
Normally in an empty space adjacent to you.
Okay, cool. Normally in an empty space adjacent.
So it's kind of like raises from the ground, right? Because this is necromancy. So obviously it comes up from the ground.
Okay, cool. I like that. So Kit is going to come out of the ground right here. Hey, little buddy.
So sort of diagonal from you, but still kind of flanking the badass treant.
Mm-hmm. So he's just to his north. And then Kit is going to immediately flame burst this thing. So flame burst is an attack where Kit releases a blast of flame from its core up to 3 squares away. It deals 2d6 incendiary to target within range. And he's going to aim it at the badass raging muscular treant.
Perfect. So why don't you just go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay, cool. So we rolled 2d6 and got a 7.
All right, so
That's
Kit,
about average.
it's the furnace, right? The furnace in his chest just blast out like a concentrated wave of heat. And Bruno and Hermes, you can feel it, right? You can feel it as it comes out. It's sort of like standing next to pyrotechnics, right? You just feel the heat on your face. It gets very warm for a second, but
Hermes pulls out marshmallows.
It does seem to have done a decent amount of damage to that side. That side of which is kind of where that branch was that came slamming down. You can see that that whole arm or whatever it is, the whole trunk area is sort of a little bit burning a little bit. It's kind of on fire.
Cool.
And he's starting to wave it around like.
Sweet. So after that's happened, I can't make an attack, but I can still move, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I am going to come back. So I'm going to go up 1 and over 5.
Okay, so you're gonna go around him, kind of through where Kit is, and then as far away as possible.
Yes, exactly. And then I'm going to pass my turn.
All right. So next up is Sneaky Dove.
Okay. So, Duck Norris and I are going to move over 1 to the right. So we're going to stay behind the down tree that we're hiding behind, but we're going to aim at the badass ranging muscular tree ant. So we're within the 2 right now, and I'm going to aim at his arm to try to blow his arm off.
Okay.
All right. So, we failed by 1 with an 11. We needed a 12.
Oh, damn.
Well, so it doesn't necessarily go where you want. I'm gonna say that it's still kind of. I'll say it hits like 1 square a little bit too far to the right. Like you miss the arm that you're going for, but it's still going to take splash damage because it's kind of within that radius. Okay. And also, so the interesting Stumpy is going to take splash damage because you threw it too far.
So we're going to still roll damage then?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 5.
Okay, so...
Transfusion goes boom. Or so it says.
Yeah. So you rolled 5, so they're both going to take half of that for splash. So they're going to take, round it down, they're going to take 2 damage. Okay. Doesn't blow his arm off, but they both take a little bit of damage, which is good. Both seem mildly annoyed.
Am I allowed to use my trait again to stay hidden or no?
Yes, and so the grenade was a free action also. You could still attack if you wanted to.
Oh, can I? Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and whip out my burning boar again for the incendiary damage. And can I aim at his arm again to try to shoot him in the arm and maybe catch him on fire or knock it off?
Yeah. No, I'll allow it.
Okay. 15 hit times 2.
Okay, so let's see how much damage you do.
16.
Okay, so you do 16 fire damage to this thing's arm, and his arm is like barely hanging on. Like you bored straight through, and you kind of like blew a hole, and so most of its arm is toast where it's connected, but there's a little it's dangling. It's dangling and pretty much no use.
Is he burning at all, or just like simmering? Do we see those little, embers flying off of it?
Right where you would hit, it's burning on both sides. So it's only a matter of time for that arm falls off completely because it kind of caught fire.
Great. And we're gonna roll the sneak to see if we can hide again from his wrath this next time, because I'm sure he would not be happy with us. We rolled a 21.
Oh yeah, doesn't see you. Has no idea where all this damage is coming from.
Perfect.
Is that it?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So next up is Bruno.
All right. So, seeing the trees and remembering how great of a performance Bruno gave in the last challenge when it came to climbing trees, Bruno would like to climb the tree.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That's cool.
To attempt to climb the tree is what you mean.
Well, kind of. I would like to do a badass move. And for this, I would like the assistance of the Nomad. And what I plan on doing is a little fastball special where I'll run to the Nomad and then he'll toss me onto the tree and I'll climb up to where his head would be at. And then I'm going to stick my SMG right on top of its noggin and just unload.
Okay. So you're going to run pretty far away to then get thrown back.
I can meet him halfway.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. The badass raging muscular treant is sort of flailing around at this point, so it's going to make this more difficult. And you are trying to attempt to do this to a badass enemy, so I'm going to end up setting this difficulty higher than I would normally.
All right.
Just gotta thread the
Let's
needle.
see how it goes.
So to get this right, you're doing a movement to move to where the nomad is. The nomad is also moving and then going to throw you, and then you're
Right.
going to grab onto the treant, and then you're going to make an attack against it, right?
Yeah, like I could probably run towards the nomad, and he catches me mid-run, uses my momentum. He just kind of slingshots me, kind of like 360 around back at the tree, and then I land on the tree, get to the top, and just unload on top of the tree's noggin.
Okay. Well, for all of that, I'm going to say this is going to be a 26.
All right.
Already.
Okay. So let's roll that badass roll. Please fucking work.
I roll badass as well, right?
Yes, you also roll. He's going to need your help.
Come on.
Oh, hey!
Oh!
Holy crap,
both-
that's a 34.
Both hit a 17.
You both rolled specifically a 17, which is, I guess, the highest you can get without getting to 20.
You know, I'll take it.
But yeah.
I'm good with it.
That's
So you are
success.
both going to be badass for the rest of this turn.
All right.
Before we get into it, Bruno, you get 4 badass tokens. Nomad, you get 2 for assisting.
All right.
And then we can walk through everything else.
All right. So what will I need to do for all these checks here?
So your movement and everything, that's fine, right?
All right.
I will go ahead and initiate the rule of take the 20, which just means that for the rest of this turn, for anything where you need accuracy, you could just take a 17 instead. Right? Any
Okay.
D20 roll, you can just take a 17 instead.
All right.
So Nomad, for your interact roll, instead of actually rolling it, you can just take the 17, which is obviously going to be a success in this case.
Yep.
And then Bruno, you were going to have to make an interact check to grab onto the treant, but again, you take the 17 and you got it. And you can also take the 17 for your accuracy.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So 17 gives me 5 shots of 1d4. So that'd be 5d4?
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Be 19, and that is with a fire SMG, so 19 incendiary.
Dang. Okay.
Right to the dome. Wait, hold on. I want to interrupt this, but does anyone smell baby rack ribs?
Oh, come on. I don't need a plug. I appreciate it, though. Shucks.
When it opened, I wanted to say it as soon as it opened, but I figured I'd let it simmer for a little bit.
Or smoke in this case.
So the badass muscular treant is swirling around. Its arm is now off. It has flung its arm into the distance as you're firing. One of the shots hit it, and it goes flying. The top of its head is fully alight, and it is almost more fire than tree currently.
Meanwhile, Bruno's just riding on top going, woo!
Just screaming and hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
This is entertaining.
Well, I'm circus folk.
See, what you
Okay.
fail to realize is he cannot stomp on me if I'm not on the ground.
That's really
fair.
smart.
That's it for your turn then, right?
Yes, I believe that's it.
Okay. Well,
Ride him,
Now-
cowboy.
now it's his turn.
Yay!
So I have a few mayhem points, and I would like to spend.
Yeah, of course you would.
So I thank you for your mayhem donations in the past. They have led to this.
I'll wait for you, my friend.
So first, the treant is going to, while spinning around, it is going to release 6 blue orbs from like the burning pauldrons on its shoulders. It's just going to come up, and they are all going to go at Bruno because you are right there and you have really nowhere to go.
You would.
So we're gonna roll. It's gonna be a -2 total, but oh fuck. Okay, well, it rolled a 19 to hit you, which is technically an 18, but let me just make sure that that does what I think it does. Okay, it just deals +4 damage. It's fine. So an 18 is just +4 damage. It's not that bad.
But it's doubled.
Yeah, it's also doubled. Oh, yeah, it's doubled. Okay, so it's going to deal +8 damage. And so there's 6 of them, and each of them deal 2d6 shock damage.
Oh no.
So you're going to take 12d6 plus 8 shock damage. Do you have any shield left?
I do.
I mean, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh my
Ian, what was that joke from before? How many dice would be in 2 shovelfuls of d20?
that's rough.
Two S20, yeah, 2 shovelfuls of 20-sided dice.
Yeah.
So you take, how much of your shield is left?
7 out of 30.
Okay. So you take 50, so that 4 damage is going to take care of your shield because that doubles, right? Because it's shock damage. And
Right.
then the other 50 damage you take to your body.
A deal, everyone.
A dio.
Does he go flying?
Yeah, can we get some animation here?
It's that moment where you see them like stick a fork into an outlet, and then it goes, "Brr," and then they go flying across the room. That's what happens to Bruno. He goes flying backwards and out of frame. Out of frame.
As I fly, I just yell, "Worth it!"
Oh my god.
That prankster, he's always doing wild stuff.
And you see
So,
the
Bruno's off
corpse-
the board.
Well, ish. Let's just say he's there, but also very dead.
Shit. Okay.
God damn.
Oh, there's a dead button that I can click. That's amazing.
That's so intimidating.
Man, it just got real.
Oh.
So that was one of its moves.
So, does the shield thing on the delighted Stumpy stay there? That thing?
No, it is now
locked.
also gone. It was going to be gone at the end of this turn anyway. So,
Oh.
but he drops back to the ground. The little bits of flame kind of fall around him. And seeing everything that's happened for the first time in its life, he is angry. And he is going to rage when it becomes his turn. But unfortunately, it is not his turn. It is the turn of the badass raging muscular treant. And for one more time, it is going to move
Fuck off.
and do a normal ground slam because it only has one arm left.
Does he have like phantom arms and like he still swings the body with the other one, but
still
nothing
tries
happens?
to swing both of them, but only the one really comes down. It's just going to be kind of a normal attack to both of you. I'm just going to apply the whatever the lowest roll was to both of you because it's a group attack, sort of an area of effect. But is going to do 4d12 damage to both the Nomad and Penumbra, who both take 18.
Already.
That thing hits like a Mack truck.
It's fucking pissed. Do you know the day that it's had?
How's it looking after everything? I mean, we've had a
rough.
few other
Like
heavy shots.
If it hits a rock, it's gonna fall over. Like it is like I said, it is almost more fire than tree at this point. Which I would say maybe means is dealing incendiary damage back to you, but I'm not gonna be that guy.
It's more fire than tree, twisted and evil.
So that was its turn. Assumingly, probably its last turn, given how it looks. The interesting Stumpy, its orbs are now going to hit the Nomad because he moved out of cover.
Yeah, that took a long time.
It finally got it back around as you moved forward, and the orbs are just like, oh hey, you're going to take 9 shock damage. If you have any shields left, then it is doubled.
Yeah, I had 2 shield left, conveniently.
Okay, so you're going to take 1 damage to your shield, right? It's going to wipe it out because it's 2, and then the other 8 damage is going to you.
Got it.
Damn.
And it's going to move over here by Hermes.
That's a dumb fucking move.
I mean, maybe. And in other bad news, the delighted Stumpy is now free from its prison.
Oh yeah, I've been beating the shit out of him. He's probably pretty mad at me.
Very, very mad.
I'm gonna need you to change his name.
I'm going to spend another one of my
He's a
mayhem
grumpy
so it
stumpy.
can actually do its branch strike twice. So it's going to attack the Nomad. All right, that seems like a normal hit. So the Nomad, you are going to end up taking 4d4 damage. Not 44. 4 of damage, which in this case is 11 damage.
All right, still hanging in there.
All right. Well, thankfully, they're now attacking the beefier members of the party.
It's a grumpy stumpy.
Yeah, now the Nomad's a little serious. His demeanor changes just a little bit, and he is ready to fight.
We got to wait a second because now it's Penumbra's turn.
Oh, I don't have a turn anyway. I helped Bruno.
All right. Was it worth it?
God rest his soul.
He was pretty worth it. That beautiful bastard flying through the air.
It was a good ambush tactic.
All right. So Penumbra, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna do what worked last time. I'm gonna shoot with my flint and steel, see if that takes just, hopefully it's just a little bit, and then he's just gonna be down. Fingers crossed. Fuck.
Okay.
I got one hit for 10 damage.
I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's 10
not bad.
incendiary
Yeah,
damage.
that's pretty good.
And actually, as you're firing and it shoots, the one bullet goes directly into this like center mass of this tree ant, which is obviously where their tree hearts are. And it falls backwards, slams onto the ground with just a loud noise of this giant creature just smashing into the ground, and then it sort of rumbles a bit. And the badass raging monster tree ant is down for good.
Nice. Hell yeah.
You have killed it.
Yay.
Yay!
You just hear from beyond the grave, Bruno. Yay!
Now you hear, I'll have what he's having.
You are having what he's having. Death.
Honestly, he's having what you were having.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything
Damn it.
else, Penumbra?
No.
All right, just gonna hang out.
Yep. I'm good right where I'm at.
Okay,
For
the Nomad.
dramatic effect.
I will give you the opportunity to move the rest of your movement
Oh boy.
if you want to.
I don't think there's anything I can do, but I'm gonna go over by Bruno and see if there's
You
any help
smell
that can be.
burnt.
Yeah, I've smelled this before.
Smells like baby rack ribs.
Oh. Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not the smell I expected.
Wait, good or
Oh.
bad?
No, bad.
Oh,
Wow.
that's unfortunate.
It's like Nomad. It's like the first time you ever tried to make baby rack ribs. Smells like that disaster, not the
Oh, that was bad. Yeah. Is there absolutely anything I can do to pull this man back to life?
Do you have any potions?
I believe I do. That is not useful for this situation.
Same.
If he needs grenades, I'm your man. All right. Well, I moved over here, and then I weep. I shed a single tear.
No, you just take a stick and poke my dead body.
Come
Like
on,
he crouches all
get
tiny.
up.
Do something.
You know when you like it's like something's like burnt on top and then it like moves and you can see like the meat underneath and it's like just the very different colors. That's his arm.
I can still throw a grenade, though, right?
Yeah, but he's already
That
dead.
count? It doesn't matter. I'm looking to get shield. Looking to get that shield back, baby. Yeah, I guess I'll throw a grenade at the one that's perfectly far away. If I can throw a grenade, this guy down here.
I will let you do it if you give me a mayhem.
No, you've had enough of that. We've seen what
Oh
happens.
damn it! All right,
see
fair
enough.
enough. Hermes, you have a new friend, an old friend.
So, can Kit do badass moves, or can I just do badass moves
You can do badass moves that incorporate Kit.
that incorporate Kit? Okay,
He reacts to what you're doing.
I understand. So, would it be possible to pull a badass move where I shoulder check the interesting Stumpy over here, where Kit grabs it, allowing me to run further and give Bruno a potion?
I will let you know. Bruno will return, which you know that in this world.
Yes.
Just like
He
the
will
Avengers.
respawn. So you don't necessarily have to worry about Bruno if this fight doesn't go on for very much longer. Like if you're planning on this fight for going for longer, then you may want to, maybe try and res him back up, but he will be back, and it doesn't seem like there's that much in your way currently.
Okay, so in that case, we're going to do a different badass move. Kit is going to move one down and one to the right. I'm going to move one down, and we're each going to grab a leg of the interesting Stumpy and pull it apart, like from the crotch to the brain, or lack thereof.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Is Kit also gonna like try and do his fire attack too, or?
I love that. Yeah, let him burning hands it.
Okay. So not a lot of movement. Again, this isn't the badass one, so it doesn't have to be as high for that. And you're both just trying to grab it, and then one of you's doing their normal attack. So I think this is just gonna be a 13 total.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Hell
We rolled a 17.
I think it's Foundry. I think Foundry just roll 17 for everything.
It's a good day
Every
for 17.
badass attempt. All right, so go ahead and check off. You have become
Check off
badass
done.
for the turn, and you get 4 badass tokens.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we're just gonna... we call this move the wishbone.
Okay.
Who wants
And
to
again,
make a
you can
wish?
You can just take the 17 for your interact checks.
Okay.
So you don't have to roll those. So how much damage does bifurcating something do? That's a question I have to answer as
All
the
of
Bunker
it?
Master. Or does it make 2 smaller, less interesting stumpies?
yeah. Ah, damn it.
I love both answers.
Fuck. Let's say that each of you will do 2d10 damage for the rip.
Okay.
And then we can have Kit do his burning hands, burning chest.
Yep.
8.
So Kit's gonna do 8. How much are you doing?
I do 11, and Kit does 8.
So 19 total from the rip. And then let's have Kit do his fire attack while you're there and just see how much that is total.
2d6, he rolls perfect and gets 12.
Nice.
So the flame burst is dealing extra damage. So the flame burst is really just cooking both halves of this thing that you have ripped. And as it's just flaming and blasting, the life just goes out of it. Whatever life it had is cooked up, and it is now also dead.
Get wrecked, fucker.
And you're just holding sparklers at this point.
That one's for Bruno. Poor buddy. Pass.
Rip.
So next up is Dove and Duck Norris.
All right.
That
Well,
was
I guess
good.
we don't have really anywhere to go except for Delighted Stumpy. So we are going to move south
Angry Stumpy now.
for 4 squares. Am I able to use my transfusion again on Delighted Stumpy or Angry Stumpy, if that's what we're renaming him?
Grumpy Stumpy?
Yeah. I changed his name. His name's Angry Stumpy now.
Oh.
He's now angry. All caps angry. He's very angry. Can I use my transfusion on him again and throw the grenade at his head?
Sure. Yeah. And that's within your normal range, right?
It's the free range, yeah, and I'm within the 2 like I was for the last one.
Okay. Well, then, so if you're within the free range, then you don't have to roll the accuracy. You can just roll damage.
So let's roll damage. 4.
So, and it's transfusion,
Yes.
which means that you would gain health equal to damage dealt. You're not down anything, right? You haven't been hit. You've just been sneaking around.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still good. My health and shield are both good.
So I will say with that, the nomad gets 4 health.
What?
It just goes.
That's awesome.
vroom, it finds somebody and goes. Zoop. Unless Penumbra is closer. Unless Penumbra is down health.
Not health, no, just shield.
So that's how transfusion grenades work. That's cool. I assumed that it was only going back to the user. I like that.
Or maybe
Thank
it's going
you.
to the badass raging muscular treant. I don't know. Maybe
Hey, let's not
Fuck, no!
jinx shit.
No, he's dead. He's done.
Lay it as it played.
Wait, can I turn and hold like Bruno up like Simba when the transfusion's going in?
It goes over his horns and into your nostrils.
Oh my god.
And it feels weird, so I just drop his lifeless body on the ground.
The circle of unlife, Demodeo.
All right, is that it, Dove?
No, isn't that a free move? Don't I get another?
Absolutely, it is. My apologies.
Okay. So what's his head doing right now with the damage? Did we do much to him? What's he look like right now?
You've sort of blown off one part of the twigs, and now its head kind of looks like one of those what are the clickers or whatever from The Last of Us, where it's just kind of just kind of like exploded at the top.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna take my burning boar, since that's the one I have that does incendiary damage, and we're gonna try to blast the rest of it off.
Great.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
Going point blank.
We got a crit hit.
Oh,
Damn. That's a nat 20.
yeah.
That is.
What does that mean for point blank, though?
And my range is 8, so I'm still. I'm
Yeah,
two
you just
squares away.
didn't get your +3 from being 3 or more spaces away, right? But it
Yeah.
doesn't
Okay.
really matter because you rolled
Doesn't
a natural
matter.
20.
Crit hit. And oh
Damn.
my lord.
Night.
Damn.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31 damage. 31 incendiary damage.
31 incendiary damage. All right,
Right at that head.
now I'll let you in on a little secret. Anything incendiary has been dealing double damage this whole time.
Oh, so 62.
So it'd be 62 damage to the Stumpy, which is like the 31 is more than it had. Anyway.
So you killed 3 of them.
I
Its
hope it
soul
doesn't
can't
set
even
the
come
forest
back.
on fire, though. No forest fires, right? Like, we just kill him.
It bores through, and you can kind of see there's some brush that's starting to be a little bit on
shit.
fire. But you could send Duck Norris over to kind of stamp it out.
Okay, yeah. He's gonna fly on over. Oh, nope, that's not him. We're backwards. Duck Norris flies over and, I don't know, pees on it or whatever he needs to do so that we don't catch the forest on fire.
I'm gonna join. No, I'm joking. No, I'm just joking out like birds.
As Duck Norris is peeing out a forest fire, doing his part, Bruno,
Yes.
you awaken
I'm
in
awake.
a vat of sludge,
Ugh.
naked. There are no towels. As you look around, you see that you are just on the side of the fence from Flame Rock Refuge. So you are on the other side of the gate that you walked through to get here.
What happened to his body?
It has mysteriously disappeared when you look back. As you were joking about peeing on a fire, it disappeared when you weren't paying attention. So on the rollable tables, I'm going to need you to roll. Oh, let's call this a temporary trauma. This isn't a
Alright.
boss fight. It's a temporary.
I am now no longer capable of lying.
Now, that could be problematic.
Oh, that's amazing.
But is that
Yeah.
lying down or is that lying to somebody?
Lying
There's-
down is spelled differently, isn't it?
No.
This is Lying.
Yeah, you can. Well, I guess you can lie down, or we're not saying
Laying down, lying
I
down.
believe
Yeah.
the term is laying down. And
lying.
L-A-Y.
You can be lying down.
Remember, I cannot lie.
No.
I
To
just wanted to
lay.
clarify.
To lay is to be Lay, which means to be put down gently. Lying is Lying, which is
Somebody
the
could
present
be
participle
lying
of
down,
lie.
though. It does work, but
Though
listen,
I
I'm just.
appreciate the attempts, but
We're-
it is
We're
what it is.
trying.
Listen, we're gonna
Trying to
have
help.
to. We'll figure it out the next time he tries to go lie down.
Oh, they're both correct. Ashley's totally right.
He should try to speak very little.
It should be both. Let's make him as uncomfortable as possible.
So,
Bruno,
I
there was
mean,
probably about 30 seconds between the two events that just happened. So why don't you go and walk me through what those 30 seconds were like before you woke up in the vat?
So everything went dark and it was very cold. And then the light flashed before my eyes. It was very interesting. And then there was a light, and then there was no light. and then there was a light again for some reason, and then there was no light. It was like someone was turning the light on and off, on and off. And then everything got all digitally, and now I'm back, and I'm in this vat, and I am naked, and and I now cannot lie, nor do I like trees anymore.
Okay, so as you rummage around in your surroundings, you find all of your clothes and your weapons and your gear and everything are in the vat also. They just weren't on you.
All right.
As you bring yourself out of the vat and you start walking through, the rest of the group is out here with the corpses of these treants, and you see the forest path ahead of you, which is the direction where you need to head. So what does anyone want to do?
Can Hermes be roasting marshmallows with Penumbra?
Yeah, let's go.
Here you go.
Sure.
Take one.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You do have to feed him. That is part of your you're being kidnapped.
Yeah. Does anybody else want one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I
I
mean,
mean,
if you're gonna make it up, I hate making these damn things.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey,
pardon me.
this is so
Oh,
awkward. We keep bumping into each other. Here, yeah.
Nomad, your correct line should be, I could eat.
That is the line. I'm trying to keep it real sophisticated.
And so as you kind of decide to take a break from everything and roast marshmallows over the corpse of the badass raging muscular treant.
Do I
that
spot any loot?
Yes, it is currently on fire, so you would have to work quickly to grab it.
Oh, I'm getting in there. Well, that was a good session, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you guys, as always, get the chance, you can check us out on our socials, at Bad Assets on Twitter as well. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, you can catch the video form of the show over on YouTube. So go check that out, and thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good one.
Arrivederci.
Force of being alive, and I can't read the whole thing.
The forest of being alive.
It cuts off right there.
Sounds
at
like
the,
every forest ever.